Hey, what's going on, guys? Battle Nation Emperor here, back today with another video. And today, guys, we have a very exciting episode. This is one I've personally been looking forward to for a long time. This is boss strikes, or more specifically, when will our first boss strike back be? So, for anybody new here, for anybody who might need a reminder, what even is a boss strike in Battle Nations? So this is the overview of the Battle Nations wiki. I'm going to read it real quick, just for anybody who needs a refresher, or again, who is new to Battle Nations and needs to be introduced. Here is the overview in the Battle Nations wiki. Boss strike events allow individuals and guilds to battle waves of enemies for rare resources and exclusive units. This type of event was first implemented in the 3.0 patch. Anyone, regardless of level, can attempt to scale the tiers by engaging in battle and donating resources. These events will last for multiple days. Each boss strike event will yield exclusive rewards, including unique units, resources, and nanopods. These rewards are offered as prizes as players advance through the tiers by earning boss strike points. Players earn boss points in one of two ways. 1. Donate. Donate the resource requested. 2. Fight. Battle and defeat enemy units in wave formations. Players can choose to participate in this event solo or in a guild. Below you will find a sample overview of how the boss strike system works and what you need to know to successfully participate in it. The official explanation of boss strikes can be found here, and then it hyperlinks to a did link, which unfortunate, but is what it is. So that is the basic overview, as it was so rightfully called, of a boss strike. Basically, these were monthly events in Battle Nations where you would go in and basically just fight wave after wave of units, 5 normally, and you would try to take them down. Normally, if you were a weaker player, you couldn't really do it. You would eventually lose your entire army, but that was fine. As long as you killed a few units, you made progress, you got boss points. But if you were really good and had a really good army and a really good formation, you could actually clear all 5 waves and then whatever, lived, whatever lived. But that was extremely hard because these scaled with your level. So obviously, if you were a low level player, you're going to be fighting introductory units. And if you're a maxed out player, it doesn't matter if it's a raider boss strike, you're going to be fighting, those black suited raiders, those scary guys, they look like raiders, but they hit like late game units because they are late game raiders. It's pretty cool. So yeah, that is what boss strikes were all about. And in my opinion, they were one of the things that made Battle Nations so unbelievably special. Everything from the concept of working with your guild, to donating these points, to doing all of this stuff. And especially the biggest thing that really sold it home for me was the tier system. So it isn't mentioned in the wiki, but I will throw up a few examples on screen. And I won't do too many because I imagine most of you guys know this by heart. And if you're new here, this is nothing major. It's just super quick. I can go over it. But basically, in the boss strike system, for the vast majority of its existence, until they got into some of the later boss strikes, what they would do for every single boss strike, no matter its theme or season, is they would have Tier 3 be a limited edition unit, Tier 7 be an even better limited edition unit, and then have Tier 10 be an amazing, awesome, incredible, super cool looking unit that was limited edition, and if you got it, congratulations, you now have a trophy. So it was genuinely amazing. And getting one of those tier 10s as a kid or a teen whenever you're playing back in the 2010s was such an experience. It was genuinely exhilarating because they were limited edition. They only came around for that boss strike. So if you had one, it was showed to the rest of the player base for as long as Z2 existed or until they started repeating, limited edition units, that you got it from that boss strike. So, for example, immediate one that comes to mind, boss strike 4, the Infected. Tier 1, the Bullfrog. This guy's pretty scary. Limited edition, can't get him anywhere else. And he's a stronger version of a regular infected unit you find in the campaign. But he is a limited edition variant, completely different from his regular campaign version, and he's limited edition. Second version, the Striker, exact same thing. Takes the pace of an even better infected unit from the campaign and makes him look way cooler. This guy had a lot of promotional art from C2 themselves covering this guy and decorating him up. He was awesome. And then finally, Tier 10 for this boss strike. They took the strongest infected unit in the campaign and was like, hey, let's make a better version of him for a limited edition boss strike. And they released just the monster that is known as Apex. I just look at this man. I mean, I have him up on screen right here, and just seriously, I'm also gonna make sure he's next to a normal Colossal, at least right now. And look at the size comparison between these two guys. I mean, this is kind of what it looks like in game. I tried to recreate it as best as I possibly could, but I can assure you the stats were certainly there. The guy, the regular Colossal, already was a pretty good tank, but then the Apex was just a trophy that did wonders for you. Truly an incredible unit. And for the vast majority of Battle Nation's existence, all of these units would be limited edition. Only way you could get them. Extremely cool. And that's basically how every ball strike worked. That was a seasonal ball strike, so it had something special. It, of course, infected, aka zombies instead of airplanes. But in pretty much every single ball strike, they all followed that formation of Tier 3, Tier 7, Tier 10, all limited edition units, normally being planes. And then if it's seasonal, something special. So, begs the question, what did you get besides limited edition units? You know, that was cool. How did you form? And like basically I'm trying to say here is, what was the community impact of ball strikes? And in my opinion, it probably made one of the best incentive structures I've ever seen in a freemium game for a clan/group system. So take a game like one of the Supercells, Clash of Clans or Clash Royale, right? You join a clan in those games to complete in Clan Wars in either one. In Clash Royale, it's the river, and in Clash of Clans, it's the just regular Clan Wars. You're attacking each other's bases. If you haven't played either game, don't worry, perfectly fine. Just a quick metaphor we'll get through, and you don't need to have played the games to understand it. So again, both of those games clash. They have clans, obviously. You know, it's in one of their names. So you join the clan, and you're incentivized to, you know, stay in it, and you compete for Clan Wars. And, well, that's kind of cool, you know. The worst thing you're going to get if you miss a clan war is you're going to miss a lot of resources, and more importantly, your clan leader might be mad and he might kick you, you know. But other than that, you're not going to get punished in those games for skipping out, or really, besides a few extra resources. And I've heard conflicting reports about modern day clan wars, if they're still good or not. But for the point being is, those resources are just that, resources that you can get anywhere else, and who really cares about them, right? However, a boss strike was so much more than that. This happened monthly during peak Battle Nations, during the golden age of Battle Nations. This thing happened monthly. Every single month we would get a brand new boss strike with a brand new character. This is the first 10, in my opinion, the golden 10, and unironically, having these guys come out back to back to back to back, I don't think most AAA studios could do that today. Like, I think if you asked them to do something similar with their content, like a unique event every single month and 3 unique units, I don't think they could do it. But that's just my praise, never-ending praise for Z2. So, you could skip. I mean, there's nothing certainly wrong with skipping a boss strike, but there was always that doubt. I don't want to lose out on 3 limited edition units. I don't want to be the guy who doesn't have an airplane, you know? And a lot of these guys looked really cool, you know? The infected boss strike 4, had a zombie. Multiple of Silver Wolf's boss strikes, she had probably her best, in my opinion, at least off design wise, was the Tank Crusher. This is what it looked like. It was basically a thing that destroyed tanks, as the name would imply. And I just loved the little end with chainsaw whip. I thought that was insane, making a little whip out of chains, and incredibly metal. But nevertheless, that was a tier 10. I'm trying to think of another unique. Oh, probably another one of the best boss strikes of all time. Boss strike 10, Dr. Vogel. His tier 10 was a flying Dexter fragment. Correct. So, of course, you got the regular Dexter fragment from the game, and now you can get a flying one, a limited edition flying one, from Dr. Vogel if you can get to tier 10. Man, and it felt so good having that, dude. Let me tell you. It was like having like 10 Sinister fragments or like 100 Dexter fragments. It was insane. But yeah, every single one felt unique. And even if you just competed in one, you felt so unbelievably special because that unit was forever yours. It was forever linked to that boss strike, and it showed you were a veteran of that boss strike and you played it out with your guild. So it really created an incentive structure to not only just join a good guild, but to form a good guild, stay in a good guild, and make sure to, do whatever it's necessary to keep up that performance within the guild so that they may, continue to get tier 7 at the very least, or more realistically, tier 10 for everybody. And then, of course, if you were really good, 10 tier wasn't, 10, if I can speak, I apologize, tier 10 wasn't the max. Not at all. In fact, if you wanted to, and if your clan was insanely good, and I mean like one of the best, you could go all the way up to tier 12. What did you get? Some mystery unit? No, unfortunately not. You just got tier 10 again, which was an even bigger flex. So, for example, take Boss Strike 3. Shro's first appearance, more importantly, the appearance of my beautiful, beautiful Z2-18 bomber. This is, in my opinion, one of the best designed Battle Nations units of all time. Having this man was such an unbelievable flex. There's a reason in the bottom left of this screensaver, as you can see for this video, which I'm probably going to use as a thumbnail as well, I chose trophy unit bottom left right there for a Z2-18 bomber because he truly was a trophy unit, and boy was he incredible. Great Boss Strike 3, and yeah, how did you get tier 11? Well, after you completed tier 10 and got him once, it cost 4.41 million Boss Strike points to earn tier 10. All right, a whole freaking lot. And that's not total. Before that, for tier 9, you need to get 2.5 million points. And then it resets to 0, and then you got to get 4. So these do not compact. All the points total from all the tiers to get to tier 10 is 9.5 million boss points. It is insane. But you know what it is to get tier 11? Double that. It is 8.82 million. Double tier 10 to get tier 11. And then tier 12 is even crazier. 17.6 million. That's ridiculous. At the end of the day, if your guild got tier 12, you guys total would have gotten 35.96 million, so closer to 36 million. My gosh, I can't believe some people went that hard. I mean, I truly have to express, getting tier 10 was a challenge. It was a very good testament to skill if you had a tier 10 unit and were in a 10 tier guild. So the fact that people were pushing 11, some even 12, is just insane to think about. But hey, some people were dedicated to the craft, and I hope they come back for Madrona Games Boss Strike. Not just Madrona Games Battle Nations, but especially these Boss Strikes. So let's go ahead and answer the question of today's video, or at least try to, because I certainly cannot promise to do this accurately. In fact, I'll probably be far off, but it's fine. Would love to hear, more importantly, what you guys think in the comments below. So let's jump right into it. When will our first Boss Strike back be? So, think we all kind of know, especially with the game moving out of beta and officially going to, getting ready to go into public launch. Full game's about to come out. Like, it's right around the corner. So, get ready to call in sick, May of next year, we're going to have the GTA flu going around when everybody calls in all for GTA. We need the Battle Nations flu, and it's right around the corner, and we're all going to get it. So be prepared for that. Do what you must. But realistically, within the next few months, we're going to have a full release Battle Nations, probably already on the iOS and Android store for free, like, full-blown ready launch. Once that's put out, the only real thing I can see taking priority over a Boss Strike would be implementing full campaign, would be making sure all of the Emperor's missions are complete, making sure all of the level 50, 60, all the way to 70 level missions are complete. Basically just adding every last built-in mission from old Battle Nations right before it shut down. And then I think we could probably start talking about reintroducing some of the limited edition units, and of course, reintroducing a Boss Strike or two. Now, I'm just going to make a pessimistic prediction right now. I would so love to be wrong on this. It would thrill me if I'm wrong on this. But unfortunately, I don't think I am. I do not believe Boss Strikes will be monthly anymore. I know that sucks. Z2 had truly something special there. They were on so many drugs, and we love them for it, especially doing that 2011. Like, just how, man? But nevertheless, this isn't Z2. This is a much smaller, more indie-based company. Not indie, but smaller company with Madrona Games. course, they have one more game, and it's Tanks. Absolutely cool game. Very cool. You can check it out on the website if you're interested. I'm pretty sure it's free. But they just have that one game and then Battle Nations. It's a much smaller company than what Z2, even when they started Battle Nations. So I would personally be happy if we could just get one boss strike and then maybe another 3 months later, and maybe do it by 3 months, then try to push it to 2 months. And if they're really feeling confident, they can go for one a month. I don't see that being possible to keep up. I would so love to be proven wrong on that, though. But we'll see. And to end off today's video, what date would I say? I'm going to go hyper optimistic. I'm going to go crazy here because I want to be crazy optimistic. It's going to come out tomorrow, imagine, but no, seriously. I will still go hyper optimistic. I'm going to say the game comes out in summer, and let's just say it comes out on the channel anniversary, because that would be pretty freaking funny. Full game launches July 19th, this channel, and my birthday, and by October 1st, we have the first boss strike, and the first boss strike back is the Infected. Literally start us off with the greatest boss strike all time. Start us back off on a high. Let us have one more chance at the Bullfrog, Stalker, and that Apex Colossal. What a way that would be to reintroduce them. Imagine this Halloween is the first boss strike back. That would be insane. So yeah, those are my predictions, more like my wishes. But yeah, that's what I'm going with. I'm going with it launches on this channel and mine's birthday, full game, and the boss strike on Halloween 1st. What are the odds this prediction is right? 1.2%. Do not bet any money on this prediction. It will be wrong. But yeah, guys, those are my shots in the dark. Let me know what your shots in the dark are in the comments down below if you're interested. If you have any questions, suggestions, or just want to talk about today's video, again, please leave any comment down in the comments below, as long as it's somewhat Battle Nations related to this video or outside Battle Nations related and respectful towards everybody. Anything goes. And yeah, that will almost do it for us today, guys. Just wanted to do this quick video covering boss strikes because this is truly one of my favorite elements of Battle Nations, and when it comes back, it's going to make quite the splash, and I genuinely do think it's going to be closer than people think, because like I said, I think the only thing that could really draw more attention once the full game's out is add all the missions, make sure all of the content's back in from the day it was taken down in 2016, right? Get all of the content flooded back in, and then guess what? First things first, got to get Boss Strike 1. At least that's my thought process. Let me know your guys's in the comments below. And with all that being said, that will just about do it for us today, guys. If you made it all the way through this video, especially with all my stuttering today, thank you very much. I greatly appreciate you. If you enjoyed today's video, please consider dropping a like down below and subscribing to the channel if you are new. If you have any questions, suggestions, literally anything Battle Nations, comment it down below. Would love to start a conversation down there with you. And that will do it for us today, guys. Thank you very much for watching, and as always, have a great rest of your day.